How's it going, everybody? Arthur here. So I wanted to make this video real quick for you. So at the beginning of the year, I went out and bought my first pistol. I did a lot of research. I spent most of December and January researching between different brands, different lineups, that sort of thing. And I think I may have accidentally bit the bullet on something too quickly. With that being said, I wanted to show you what I got, what I've done to it so far, my thoughts, my comparison towards some of the other pistols that I've shot. So right off the rip, so what I have acquired is the Smith Wesson Equalizer. So great, honestly great first pistol. I've had zero issues with it. And I'll kind of explain maybe some of my pet peeves with it, which isn't necessarily it itself. It's maybe the industry around it, which I totally get. It's understandable at the end of the day. So, like I said, I acquired this back in February. I have just over 1,000 rounds with it. I've actually kind of taken a little bit of a hiatus from getting out to the range and shooting, which I might do after this video. Take a quick nice long lunch and just go put some rounds through it. But anyway, so I bought this from my local shop, kind of on a whim. I did a little bit of research on it. I liked what I saw, but I didn't do anything else. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So first off, easy stuff. I did go with the Streamlight TLR 7X. Pretty self-explanatory. Great. Pistol light, you just can't go wrong. As between this and the sub, I just feel like I like the looks of this more than the sub, which is fine. And when I purchased this, there was a rebate on the firearm for the Viridian RFX 15, which was free. I didn't spend a dime on it. And I get kind of why it's free. So just a quick background on this optic. Honestly, I was kind of excited to have one right when I got my pistol. I think I only had to wait 3 or 4 weeks for it through, online rebate, that sort of thing. I had probably about 800 rounds through it. And I ended up somehow losing the glass on the optic. Just yeeted itself out of existence, which is fine. It happens, unfortunately. It made me not super happy to have to wait to get a new one or have it rebuilt, whatever the case was. So I sent it back to Viridian, and they basically sent me a brand new one. So this is not the original one that I originally purchased, only because I know because it had scuffs and 6 months of use on it. So anyways, I don't think I'm going to keep this on here for much longer. I am just kind of slowly saving my coin for something a little bit better, something a little bit higher quality, something that holds zero a little bit more consistently. I will say I feel like after about a couple hundred rounds, this does not hold zero great. So with that being said, this will get replaced, I think, down the road. Right now, it works, it's fine, it does what it needs to do, it is what it is. So these are the factory sights it came with. So white dot up front, non-night, and then, and probably should tell you this right now, we are clear. And then, God, this looks gross. I hate doing this. Just a 3 white dot setup, but they're not very tall. I mean, they're factory height, so they don't co-witness very well. So those will probably get upgraded here too. Just to taller sights, just so I can have a better co-witness. Anyway, so both of these are very explanatory as far as the light and the optic. I mean, those are pretty standard within the gun industry as far as if you get a CCW, anything like that, you typically add a light and a pistol optic. At least that's the trend right now. I will say when I had to send the original one back, I did run just irons. Obviously, I put the plate back on, ran irons, and honestly, I kind of liked just the simplicity of the irons. It was. I'm not saying this is hard to carry by any means, but I'm a big guy. It is what it is. I've got a little bit of a gut, and I carry appendix. I don't listen to any of the other fat guys that say, oh, I carry 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock or whatever. That's dumb. Carry appendix. I don't care how big you are. Carry appendix. Do it. It's far easier than it looks, and it's uncomfortable. Get over it. It was uncomfortable for me for the first 2 weeks, and then I got over it. I drive with it. I go to the grocery store with it. I go on walks. I don't live necessarily in the greatest town. It's no whatever. It's no Chicago suburban area. It's rough-ish where I live. So I carry this in walks. I take my kids, so I pick them up and I whatever. Carry appendix. I'm just end of rant right there. Carry appendix. Don't be a pussy. Anyways, the second thing I did is I did do the NDZ rear grip safety. The factory grip safety is horrible. I didn't like it. It was very inconsistent. I was just having a lot of issues with, just not, squeeze the trigger, nothing happened, and come to find out that it just wasn't depressed all the way or depressed the way it wanted to be depressed. And also when it was depressed, it stuck out literally that far as this one undepressed. When this is fully depressed, it literally quite honestly lines up great with the frame. You don't even notice it's there. I've had zero issues with it engaging with the firing control unit inside. It's been great. It feels great in hand. Super easy install, super relatively cheap. I think it was $30. It's a pen. It's a 5-second install. It was very, very easy. And the fourth thing that I would say is more so a modification was I did do a new trigger. And when I say trigger, I did a new trigger shoe specifically. Internal, everything is the exact same. I didn't change anything there. I didn't polish anything. I just changed the shoe, and I will say it is great. It feels great in hand. I have zero issues with it. I did have one issue when installing, and it was my fault. I was eager, I installed it. It didn't like resetting, it didn't like cycling. Just on dry fire, I didn't obviously take it out to the range right away and think it was going to work, so I did some dry firing with it, didn't like it. So I took it to my local shop, they fixed it. Turns out it was just like I don't even know what it is. It was just a little spring. I think it was for like a spring to assist with reset. It just wasn't seated all the way. And it's not something you can really visually see. It's a very small spring. It's tiny. I'd show you, but it'd probably be impossible for me to actually show you on this because you just wouldn't see it. So I just didn't have it seated all the way. So it was a quick, easy fix for my gunsmith. And got it back, and I have roughly 500 rounds on the trigger, and it feels very, very good. And I'll kind of show you what I think about it. The other one, the OEM one is fine. I didn't like the shape. It made me feel like I was kind of pulling some of my shots. And don't get me wrong, I still do. It is what it is. I'm still a new shooter. I'm not perfect. I'm still working. I'm still, in my own ways training. But I do feel like I have better control of the pistol with this trigger, just being wider, because it is quite a bit wider and it is nice and flat. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick, just trigger break on it and then reset, which I'll kind of talk a little bit about the reset of this pistol. Not necessarily has to do with the trigger itself, not the new one, but just the pistol reset itself. I don't love, but I'll talk about that. So real quick, so this is the trigger. So I got a nice little, got a A nice little wall here. A little bit of slack, but that's it. It's really not too bad. And then we got easy, clean brake. And that's it. So I'll go ahead and show you that reset on the trigger. And then, see, and I don't know if the camera is going to show this very well. And I'm gonna be honest, very impromptu video. Not the best setup. I don't have a mic. I don't have anything. It's just a random tripod I have for like family pictures. Anyways, there's no audible reset. So I've had a few instances where I don't hear the audible reset, and I think I hit the reset point, and it turns out I didn't, and I squeeze the trigger and nothing happens. And that's been an issue with this pistol since day one. There's not a huge audible reset, and I want to say, based on all the other pistols that I've shot, especially with the Smith Wesson brand, there's not a lot of audible reset with it. But then I go and I watch YouTube videos. I see like Honest Outlaw. By the way, shout out, you were local to me. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Then you had to move away, dick. Anyways, so audible reset's not great. I don't know how to fix it. I don't think I probably will find a way to fix it, but it's just not there. But I've also just gotten used to the travel of the trigger and the reset that it's supposed to have. Otherwise, great pistol. I've had zero issues. Every issue that I've had with this has been user error, and or it's the optic that had the glass blow out of it, which is manufacturer defect. I also, like I said, I may have said this already. I don't remember if I did. Just don't buy Viridian products. Personally, I probably won't ever buy one again. Not that I bought this, but I wouldn't go out and buy one for A, B, and C gun, whatever the case is. I literally have to be given the optic, and who knows if I'd end up keeping it. Overall, final thoughts. And the reason for me making this video is there is just not a lot of... There's not a lot of aftermarket product for this. There's one company, and it's Smith Wesson, that makes an aftermarket barrel for this pistol that does have a port. It's a $150 barrel with a port at the end, and it is bright ass fucking gold. As you can see, after doing some stuff to it, I'm not a huge fan of big contrasting colors. I just like simple, easy, whatever the case is. So I don't know if I want to go buy a bright gold barrel for $150 that just has the smallest little port at the end, and it sticks out past the barrel. It doesn't look great in my opinion, but it is out there. It is out there. But like I said, I kind of wanted to show this and kind of put on show what's out there. So, and I think I forgot to mention manufacturers of these for certain products, but NDZ for the grip safety, highly recommend them. They make a lot of good stuff. They make base plates for your magazines. They make back plates, safety grips, ambidextrous stuff. All different colors, from black to red to gold. Just your standard like silver color, your faux chrome type deal. Definitely recommend them. Great pricing, very fast. Instructional videos on how to do everything. Highly recommend them. NDZ, great guys. And then for the trigger, I did go with the Galloway Precision, and I think I forgot to mention this too. It is a additively manufactured trigger. If you watch any other YouTube, you'll know what that means. I don't have to explain it any further. Honestly, they were really easy to communicate with because I was blaming my initial issues with this not working with the gun on them. I was kind of quick to just shift blame a little bit instead of just, it was me. So Galloway Precision, they make a lot of other stuff. This is actually supposed to go into a Shield Easy Performance. Granted, I don't know why you'd want to put this trigger in replace a performance trigger from Smith & Wesson. They're great triggers. But that's what I have done so far. I have done nothing else, and there's nothing out there for it other than sending the slide into a custom shop to get ports done. But they don't make threaded barrels. They don't make There's no big compensator backing this. I will say I think that's my biggest complaint on this gun is there's no aftermarket for it, which is my own fault. Wholeheartedly my own fault. I didn't do enough research and knowing like, hey, it's going to be hard to get a barrel. It's going to be hard to get a trigger. It's going to be hard to, you know, even just buy sights for this, like just the irons for this. You know, there's no magwell extensions, there's no base plate extensions, which this is the 13 round. I do have a 15 round, but I usually use that when I carry. So I have that off camera, more than 6 feet away. It's not even on this level of my house. So don't worry, there's no live ammunition near me. You know, you know, sometimes I wish I had, you know, like a slightly larger magazine just for going to the range and having fun, whatever the case is. You know, unfortunately, it's not a Glock where you can just go buy like a $10 30 round magazine and just go dump lead into trash, which I do thoroughly enjoy dumping lead into trash, just absolutely mag dumping it Chicago style. It is fun, not practical. Highly don't recommend that in the practical use. But yeah, I mean, these are my thoughts on this. Do I recommend buying it? If you're looking, sure. Just don't expect a lot of you know, additional features to come out, because in my opinion, this is probably a dead gun. I don't see them coming out with a Gen 2 at all, just with the Shield Plus and the Shield X coming out, the CSX and just all of those other guns that, in my opinion, are this just done better. This might actually end up getting replaced with a CSX or a Shield X. The Shield X I held at the shop a couple weeks ago. It was great. I loved it, actually. I wish I was dumb and didn't have my pistol with me. Otherwise, I probably would have came in and just traded this right in. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions. I don't know if this is going to be my one and only video on this channel. I think I want to start posting more. I just made a new Instagram, and it's just a spam Instagram. It's just all my dumb memes and random photos that I take just of day-to-day life. It is what it is. I'm going to post a link to that Instagram down below so you can follow me. Comment if you want me to make more content. I'm just an average guy, average job, kid, wife. I like dumb YouTube channels, and I say dumb in a good way. Like Dirty Kid, for instance. They're a huge inspiration for me to want to make more content. I just don't know what content to make. I'm not necessarily like a boring person, but I'm kind of a boring person sometimes. But I do a lot of dumb shit, so I think that can be entertaining. But let me know what you think. If you get one, let me know what you think. If you don't get one, tell me what you got. Hope this helps. Have a good day. Shoot some shit. Shoot paper, specifically. And yeah, take it easy, guys.